So, how satisfying was it to get to finally go green?
So nice. It's so nice. That suit's so sparkly.
Yeah.
We were doing photo shoots for all the poster art for season 4, and everyone's in like black suits, black leather. You know, Oswald's in like this rich like purple and black, and I was like, green sparkles. And they're like, hey, can we lower the light on him because we're getting a lot of glare. It's nice to be the one that's like. Has a little like pizzazz.
Did you have like any input in like with the when you were making the costume where you're like, you know what, make them a little more green, like make them stand out?
No, I didn't think they were gonna be. I really didn't think it was gonna be as green as it was because everything's kind of in these like darker, deeper tones. And so when I walked in, some of you, I don't know if you can chart. People that maybe pay attention to costumes could, but I had like 8 different color green suits transitioning through season 3, evolving, and they got brighter and brighter. And then the final suit that I wear in episode 15 for the first time, when I went in for the fitting, there was like a bright green suit, and then there was a glittery green suit, and I was like, that's not for me, right? Like, am I wearing that in the episode? And they're like, yeah, that's what the producers want. And I put it on, and I was like, oh no, man, this is real green. It's been a delight. And I love the black velvet details they do on the vest.
Well, River's gonna have to be once he gets on person. Gonna have to be starting over again, sort of like in Woodward's position. Where's he gonna? Who's he gonna change to? Who's gonna make it for allies, or is he gonna be on his own again?
Well, the bigger issue for him is not who his friends are. The bigger issue is he didn't fall well. You know. And so he doesn't even recognize himself. He doesn't have the mental fortitude, capacity, rather. His computation isn't quite so swift or smooth. So before like finding friends, it's just like I don't know. He doesn't know who he is. He does happen upon some people and finds a new way of life with Solomon Grundy and Lee Tompkins. But the beginning part of season 4 is really another time when Ed is having an identity crisis, which is a pattern in his life. So once again, he has to figure out who he is and what he's worth.
When we got to see Nick in that scene in the theater, it reminded me so much of the old Batman TV show. So I don't know what was it like for you, like to start the Nick was starting, to get that feeling of that sarcastic, like Riddler and doing those type of big shows.
When we talk about the Riddler, what is my version of the Riddler? I wanted him to be someone who was a real showman, fast and snarky and prideful, and super independent. I think he's smarter than anybody. Always up for a challenge, but mainly I wanted him to be, I made Edward quite physically inept and awkward, and I wanted my Riddler to be a showman and be elegant. And so for a moment we got to see that Riddler, and then it got sidetracked by Penguin again, and now he's frozen. So, the sad thing is he knows who he was for a moment, and he worked so hard to get there, and now it's been stolen from him. So the long journey of maybe getting back there, or maybe being an even better version of that, is certainly inspiring. But it was a delight. I mean, it's nice to be on a stage. It was very cool to walk out into that gorgeous theater, which is massive, the King's Theater in Brooklyn. To walk out there in like a sparkling green suit, that beautiful theater with a giant sword. It was like. It felt really nice.
It must be so satisfying as well to you're not just like playing the Riddler from the off, and you get to evolve this character for so long, and then you finally get to where he's been heading all along. How satisfying was it to finally get to that?
It was nice. The scary thing was, TV moves so quickly, and we're in charge of our characters. So that they write that scene in the theater, and I was like, well, this has to be like a grand entrance. I know I'm going to have a sword. There was no rehearsal. There was no one there to help me with swords. I didn't like standing in the corner being like, what do I do with this thing? You don't get it until the day of. So I'm like, I wanted him to feel like that kind of like choreographed, suave movement in control. I really wanted that sort of presentation to exist with the Riddler, and that was super fun because it was the one time when it's like, wow, I really got to do something that feels like
How you had him in your mind.
yeah, how I had him in my mind. Yeah, so it's nice to at least have set that down to be like, okay, that's a place to return to. That's an identity to fight for.
Has your role as the Riddler, I guess, evolved in a way that you may have preconceived in your mind from the start?
I'm sorry, what?
As your persona of the Riddler over the course of the journey, did you have any preconceived ideas from the start of how the Riddler would evolve?
Well, you start episode 1, season 1, and I had no idea how long it would take. I didn't know that it would be season 3, episode 15 when I would become the Riddler. I certainly thought it'd be a heck of a lot sooner than that. I'm really happy it took that long. But the journey in between that, that wasn't. They didn't know what it would be. Kristen Kringle coming in, that was meant to be a 2-episode arc. Some girl had a crush on, and then they decided, with our chemistry, they're like, oh wow, that's the key to destroying a young man. So it's like we find these things out. Good storytellers or good writers are watching an actor and seeing how an actor responds to a scenario. So the way I respond to Solomon Grundy and I respond to Lee Tompkins will influence the trajectory of those relationships and what happens. The way in which I go about being mentally deficient Enigma will change how long it takes for me to get. I'm really excited about the comedy that could potentially ensue from someone who thinks he knows something and doesn't. Someone who used to tell great riddles but doesn't have the mental ability to do that. The mistakes that can be made. I'm interested in that. I like a funny Riddler, and I'm looking forward to leaning into that with them and showing them, bringing some comedy back to Gotham. I really enjoyed some of the fun stuff I got to do as like early Enigma. So cool. I get to lose a little bit of like the tough Riddler that was frankly very highly influenced by Oswald's ruthlessness. He really took that and he was like, oh, that's the way. But when you have to, when you're away from that, you become a different person. It's nice. So I'm excited about this year.
Thanks so much.
Different Riddler.
Thank you so much.
How long is it?